Aloha, it's Dan McDonald here. A short video today. I'm going to be making a very simple and basic smoothie recipe today. Anyone can do this. I'm thinking of all you out there who don't have access to all the same things that I do. I'm also going to be promoting the 30-Day Living Foods Transformational Program probably throughout this video. I've just got a couple more days left, doing my due diligence here for the team over there at regenerate-your-life.org who have worked very hard on this project and information product, 30-Day Living Foods Transformational Program. You know I've been promoting living foods. Why am I doing that? Because it's the way that we are going to thrive. Because the living foods has the life force energy in it. I can go on, and you've heard me before, these long tangents about all the benefits of the living foods, the living water, the living enzymes, the living fiber. Every cell in your body is alive, and you want to add other living cells outside of yourself. If you're going to consume something, wouldn't you want it to be like alive, like this coconut came off the tree today? This moringa was plucked this morning. So it's got its life blood in the plant. I'm going to be making a banana, moringa, and coconut smoothie. Okay, so anyways, let me finish up here with the 30-Day Living Foods Transformational Program really quickly. It's very important that I let you know because there's only like 2 more days left on the sale that we're having again, because like a lot of people missed it and they were upset because they wanted to get involved in the contest, which is a 30-day transformational contest, and it officially starts September 1st, which is in a few days. So you get the 30-Day Living Foods Transformational Program. You look at the recipe book, which is 230 very simple recipes like this one that anyone can do. There's no dehydrator. It's not complicated. You don't have to have a rocket science degree. You don't have to be a chef. You just learn how to use a couple of basic tools like the food processor. There's about 100 juices in the 30-Day Living Foods Transformational Program. Just the juicing is like where it's at because I'm trying to get everyone hydrated and electrified and mineralized so that they have that foundation, again, to do the other work. But if you're always suffering in your body and you're overweight and you're sluggish and your blood is poisoned by the daily habits of the society foods, then you're going to just always be bogged down. So I'm trying to elevate mankind with 20 years of experience in health and 16 years almost coming up in a couple months on the living foods diet. And it takes time. It really does. I get a lot of emails. I know that people are struggling. They go raw for a while. They feel great. But then what happens is the real stuff comes up. Like the real issues in life that we have used food habitually to avoid. So what I've got is a program where you stick to it. You say, you know what? I see this. I see these recipes. I see this 30-day meal planner, which has 5 meals a day. Interestingly enough, 2 of those meals are water. I know it sounds crazy, but I just put that on there so that you can get hydrated with the best water you can find. I'll be making videos on water soon. And then also, aside from the 30-day meal planner, which will give you an outline to get some control on your life, it's easy though. It's not like I'm going to go, okay, here you go, now be a breatharian or be a liquidarian or whatever and just go on a juice fast, which is really, really good if you're at those more advanced levels. But if you're just trying to break away from the addiction of cooked food, there's a million reasons why that is, and move more into living food, which will really activate you. The living and soaked nuts and seeds, cocoa nut, the fruits, and the herbs. So it's like fruits, herbs, nuts, and seeds. Those are Genesis 1:29. Everyone refers to that, you know. So let me just keep going here real quick. I appreciate your time and attention. So next is the exercise and lifestyle manual, which will guide you into all my favorite exercises and the benefits of those. Another thing that's really cool about the 30-day transformational program is that I'm always getting tons of emails. Hey, give me one for my liver, give me one for my kidneys, give me one for my nervous system. Well, I have all that dialed down right underneath each juice recipe, it'll tell you what they're good for. So that's another one of the benefits, that you got to clean your liver out from years of abuse. I mean, that poor thing. And there's also recipes for the gallbladder, which the doctors are trying to cut your gallbladder out. And I'm like, saying the old slogan, Dan McDonald came up, don't cut it out, clean it out. They want to cut your colon out, you need your colon. And if you are allowing and eating these low fiber foods, which are going to ferment in their process, and especially the genetically modified foods, seem to be causing major disturbances in digestion, because what you've got are these artificial additives spliced into these foods that are wreaking havoc in people's guts. And there's a reason why they kill pesticides. Those pesticides that are inside the genetically modified foods are exploding inside your gut and destroying your microorganisms. It's a big deal, and that's why I'm just doing what I do here on the YouTube. It's like fresh, organic, local as possible, just really getting dialed in with your consciousness on how to access food, which segues into the shopping list, which is also part of the 30-day transitional program. There's a shopping list of all the DTM approved foods and where to get them. So that's also a handy little guide. Last but not least on the 30-day transitional program is the Quick Start Guide, which kind of just tells you how to use this program. Then there's the contest where you win like $1,500 worth of cash and prizes. Ricky's has it all perfect down to the number, like $1,355.13 or something like that is what he does, because he's a numbers guy. I was like, round it out, dude. Okay, 1,500. So you get, like, the contest will be, $500 cash for the biggest transformation. That's documented via video or via photograph. And you can go over to my website, regenerateyourlife.org, look on my blog, look for the one with the purple shirt, the contest rules, and check that video out over there so you're dialed in on what the rules are, so you can properly win the $500 cash, a Regenerate package from Pyridime, which is like a year's worth of enzymes and probiotics, and then a consult with me. Anyways, I got this recipe here. So, boom. That's enough for now. I think you get the picture, but I love intersplicing all the cool stuff within my responsibilities here, because then you can get educated and you can start making these changes, which the only reason I do this is because I learned and then I applied and then I have been realized to higher levels of energy and clarity, and just waking up early in the morning every day with lots of energy, where for years it might not have been that way. There was depression. And so you do this work and you use the live foods as a foundation. Again, I was going to be as quick as I could, but I want to have as much information there for you as possible. So there's a link down below this video to get the 30-day Living Foods transformational program and change your life. Because when you do it for 30 days, then I want you to do it for 30 more after that at another level. And then you do it for 30 more days after that and take it to another level. And then you do it for 30 days after that, and you keep failing your way to success. I have definitely failed way more than I have succeeded. And that is the mark of a true champion, is to just get in there and not be afraid to fail, not be afraid to make mistakes. Over and over again, make mistakes. He who makes the most mistakes, hell, I'll say it like it is, makes the most money. Or just makes the most out of life. You have to make your mistakes and learn the hard way. But if you're always sitting at home under the covers, drinking a latte or whatever, avoiding life, you'll miss it. You don't want to do that. You'll fail your way to success, but one day you'll have so much skill, as it relates to whatever. As it relates to, in my particular case, it's like living food mastery. You know, like next level. Like can go days without eating and never run out of energy because I've trained my body through fasting. I can eat a lot and put on weight really quickly if I want to. I can take weight off really quick and get really clear-headed. You can learn how to use the food to do what you want it to do instead of everyone that I know a lot of times. Not everyone, I don't want to put that judgment, but it's like food owns you. You know, like, oh, cookies, I couldn't help myself. Cookies. But for me, it's like, I don't want those cookies. That's going to slow me down. I'll wake up 2 hours late. I won't have a good meditation, and I'll be strung out on sugar, and then flour makes you stoned, and chocolate chips are addicting, you know, or whatever. I don't mean to put that out there, but I'm just saying, like, these foods are real, and they're not addicting. They're nourishing. So I try to have you have the nourishing foods and the less stimulating foods. So you're nourishing yourself, and food becomes less of a stimulant and more of a real practical thing so that you can actually live life. In our society, we've had so much emptiness and like economic slavery that food is one of our socially acceptable things. You go to church and everybody's eating donuts and drinking coffee, and it's like, and I think to myself, is this really what the spirit of life wants from you? I mean, think about it. So how spiritual are we really when we're just bogging our temple down all the time with socially approved and acceptable ways of slowly killing ourselves? I mean, that's not spirituality to me, folks. You know, I don't mean to like judge, but it's like, this is your the temple of your spirit. And you really want to feel your spirit in this life before you leave this place, because then you'll know that this is the place to be right here and right now, not later or not before, but in this moment, loving your family, loving your friends, caring for yourself, creating, getting a vision, and giving back to the world while you're here by being a conduit for goodness and love. And so New Natives was like, Dan, you cut your hair. That's an antenna, you know. But you know what, New Natives? Check it out, bro. I am an antenna. We all are antennas. The hair is one cute little cool thing for sure, but you are the antenna. You are the one who chooses what channel you want to tune your frequency to, and what channel do you want to pick up on, you know? I'm going with the KGOD, you know? Thy will be done. Then it's just a flow. Then it's like, oh, that goes away, and this comes in. Oh, okay, that goes and comes and goes, and you're just flowing. And when you get flowing, man, oh man, it all becomes synchro destiny. It's like epic. I know you know what I do when I make these videos, but there is so much inside of me to share. I think of all these ideas. My mind never stops of how I can be a blessing to you and this world. My mind never stops thinking of what can I share. All these people that are suffering and they can't break their cravings and they have crappy relationships because they don't know how to like talk to their person, and you know, they don't know how to eat right, and they have the crappy jobs, and they don't have the guts to like just drop it all and like sell it all and go do what they really want to do, you know, and live life, because it's so short and so precious. Do not try this at home, kids. I got this dialed in. Anyways, I don't know, is this a recipe video or what? But I'm just saying that I was going to try to educate on the real simple, but anyone can do this, because it's like, if you want to go onto a Living Foods program, you take a few bananas, and you just take whatever local green you got. This is moringa. Take a few very, very potent plants, so it does not take a lot of this moringa. There's another way to harvest it too. You can shake it, but these are actually so fresh. It takes a little bit of time to pass before they just shake right off. But I'm just going to go, I'm not going to put a lot, but we're going to have a little, this is our breakfast, and everything bananas, because I have millions of bananas. Anyways, so here's the coconut. Okay, so I'm making a huge mess in your house, honey. Sorry. That's why I said don't try this at home. I'm just going to use coconut water, but the thing is, the reason why I wanted to say how easy it is to be a live food person. You take a couple bananas, you take some spinach, or some kale, or some cilantro, or some lettuce, or whatever green you want, except for you don't want to use like mustard greens or anything crazy like that, or arugula wouldn't be good in this, but a real mild, tender, leafy green like kale, spinach, a moringa here on the island, so that's what I'm using, but I would recommend spinach, kale, or lettuce as my top 3 basic just yumminess. One of my favorite smoothies is, and it's in the 30-Day Living Foods Transformational Program recipe book, is banana and lettuce with vanilla, cinnamon, and a date. And you don't really need all that if you don't want it, but I'm going with the coconut water today. But you can just use regular water. And here's the thing. Normally I try to tell everyone, get on the Living Foods. But you might be living somewhere where they just do not have young Thai coconuts at all. And so, but they do have the canned coconut. And I will, in this case, which I normally don't do a lot of that, I don't say, oh, just use these powdered vegan donut box. I say, no. But the canned coconut, I will tell you that there was a time in my life when I was going across the desert. It was 120 degrees. I ran out of water. There was nothing, but I went to this store, this little gas station store off the side of the road on an Indian reservation in the middle of nowhere, and there was these old cans of coconut water with like dust on the top. And I'm just dying, sunburned all to heck. The water was the cheap. So I looked at that can, and you know what? That can of coconut water brought me back to life that day. I drank 2 or 3 of those, and it was like one of those V8 commercials. And I was like, okay. And then I had this down to like, okay, even though this coconut water is in this can, it's still got some good stuff in there. So if that's all you can get is the coconut water that is already out of the coconut, then that will work. And that's one of the few exceptions that I make when I share and teach, because I know that I have been on this path for so long that I know every store everywhere in every state, every town, and if I don't, I'll Google it and find it, and I'll find what I want when I want and how I can get it, and I go out of my way to do it, and I spend whatever I need to do because it's a top priority for me. And thank God, because what's interesting is that, man, here it is, me going on again and again, but it's just, you know, I got this thing with you, and that's all there is to it. But then I lost my train of thought, but that's what it was. I came back to it. It's the fact that people spend their entire lives and their energy and their life force getting money and getting possessions, learning how to make money, focusing on it, building it up, and that's great, but they never take the time to learn how to care for the vehicle, which is the one thing you're stuck with from the beginning until the end. The boat comes and goes, the houses come and go, hey, even the relationships come and go, but the one thing for certain is that as long as you're on this planet, this temple is all you got. Is if that goes, if the boat goes, you're sad, but you're still here, man, and you still have hope. Once this thing starts to fall apart, what are you going to do? So it's we got it all backwards. People spend their whole life trying to stack up their cash and get their money because then they have something. They feel good or whatever it does, or the social hypnosis or whatever, the economic slavery of get more stuff and then you'll be happy, which is not true. We all know that now, but and then they have to spend all their money trying to get their health back. And by then it's too late. You don't have the skills. You can't say no. The parasites have buried themselves so deeply into so much thick mucus in your gut that you can't stop eating the meat. And I see it. It's like I know everyone says the meat, and I just think I see what it does. to people that were like vegans or vegetarians, and they go back to the meat and they just start drinking meat again, beer, then they have the coffee and the cigarettes. And even the people that go back to like cooked vegan food, their mind gets all wonky, they start getting more processed in their thinking, where at one time they were dialed into the Living Foods way, and then they just were like, well, this is inconvenient and I'll get more video views if I just eat cooked vegan, and then they go back and then they just back down to like craziness. But then if you stay dialed in on the Living Foods, it's so incredibly epic if you stay with it. That's all I got to say about that, even though that was a lot. I'm going to leave the meat out of this one, just because I would chop this, but it'll make too much of a mess in the house. And normally I don't cut coconuts in the house, I do it outside. But let me do this, you know me, 20 minutes to make a banana smoothie. It's like, phew. But I hope you got the nuggets, because it's the nuggets that it's all about. And all I do, like, I know you're out doing your thing, but you should know that, why do you make 20-minute videos? Well, the reason why is because I spend all day, every day, contemplating how I can be a blessing to you. I've got 20 minutes a day or 30 minutes a day or sometimes even less to take 24 hours. Like, I dream it, I meditate on it. When I'm doing yoga, I'm thinking, wow, how can I be of service? You know, and so I have these short little things. So when I get up here, it's like my heart opens up, and I've got my little business side of it, like I did in the beginning of this video. But then it's like, man, dude, I have like 5 hours worth of stuff I want to give you in like 10 minutes I'm trying to do, because there's so many little things that I've learned after 20 years of getting on the health journey, and then 16 years of Living Foods, and then all the other things that I haven't even talked about, like relationships and finances and things that you can, once you get galactivated, then you start to figure all that stuff out too, and then you're just Pono, man, just like flowing like a ninja, like a Jedi master in your life. And you're like, you're deflecting with the Force, with your own mind, like Jedi mind tricks, like not that person, because they got the bad vibes, but this person, you bring them in like a tractor beam, like the Millennium Falcon. Uh-oh, we're under tractor beam. Chewie! You know. And then you just bring all the good stuff to you, because that's what the frequency that you're at, and all the other stuff is like gone, and then you're just really, really flowing. But it's an inner mastery thing. I like the way Sadhguru calls it inner engineering. So you're just working at it, and you're just cleaning up. See what I mean? So it's all about the love, baby. Cool. Couple of brand new jars. I don't even think I didn't. Love me some fresh mason jars. Pop on. Get the water out of there. A little smoothie. Dan McDonald's 20-minute smoothie. I'm assuming 20 minutes. Probably. I can't see the timer from here, but I'm going to say like 23 minutes. Oh man, that's perfect though. I gotta run to Lahui, pick up some foam mattresses. The girls are coming in a few days. I'm stoked out of my mind. They're my best friends. I can't wait to see them. You are a blessing to me. If you want to change your life, you should check out the 30-Day Living Foods Transformational Program. People are totally digging it. Get involved in the contest. That'll give you like some motivation. And win it. And I'll be talking to you soon on the phone, sending you some enzymes, and giving you a big fat check for $500. Just having some fun. Making it fun. Because that's what it's about, baby. Let me tell you how it is. Ooh. Oh, that's good. So this is how you do live foods. You can put this in your cooler, take it to lunch. Stay hydrated. Get to bed on time. Take good care of your body. Drink a lot of water. Get a lot of rest. Release all the stress, you know. If someone's stressing you out and they're bringing drama, you out. I'm going Zen. Like a Jedi Master. You know what to do. That's right, baby. Give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already, because you know that was a cool ride we just went on. And then leave me a comment down below. So tell me a little bit about yourself. Peace and blessings all the way around. Peace and blessings. Right on with the time too.